ollie. Alright, I don't know how long this video is going to be because I'm freezing. But I'm going to do how to ollie because my ollies feel really good today. So, starting out, you're going to want to have your feet kind of in a wide position. This is how I learned them. You're just going to work popping. Don't like, I don't know, like stay on the board, but kind of, because you got to start getting a feel for the lift off of your front foot. Because your front foot pushing against the board is what's going to level it out. So the more you do like those kind of things, like a little 1 foot ollie, you can get a feel for it. You can start turning that into a little hit in the tail. And all right, so let's look at foot position. All right, one of my biggest things when it comes to setting up for an ollie is everybody talks about a fundamental foot position. I wouldn't say there's a fundamental foot position really for this trick, but everybody says there is. Usually people tell you like an inch or two under the bolts, your back foot in the center of the tail, which is a decent setup for an ollie, but you can really do them in all sorts of foot positions. My usual though is really about dead in the middle of the board and foot on the tail. All right, so one thing you're gonna learn as you go and you start getting better and doing ollies, there's different ollies. So you're rolling up to like, I don't know, a little curb or something that you know you can't just ride over, like maybe a big crack, anything like that. And you can do one of these, so you can kind of, just a little ollie like that. Or not even that, you can honestly like, kind of, let me do it moving. Something like that. And then you have like an average ollie, which someone's gonna do, I don't know, into a 50-50 or something on the ledge, like a little kind of thing. And then you got like your super powerful ollies, which are your ones where you're gonna wanna kind of compress yourself down before you set up for it. Have your front foot a little farther back on the board. And then instead of popping straight down, you're gonna push backwards on the tail so it sticks to your front foot better. So like, so I feel like I'm kind of doing this out of order. I guess, let me show you technique, or what mine is at least. So you have a straight down pop, and then like a slight bend to your knee. That's gonna give you like one of those beginner ollies where it's kind of thing. You're not really like letting it float. You're just enough to get it up. So the way you're gonna do that is that kind of thing. So it's just, basically you're just bouncing it off enough to get it up. And then I'd say the next step up from that, this is, I don't know, what you could take up like a decent sized curb, would be like that kind of thing. And that's like a good ollie, I would say. But then you have like real powerful ollies. You want to get up something high, where the other two are really similar, except for the second one. You're just going to start bringing your knees up like that. But you can't, not how high you jump, but how high you can bring your knees up is what's really going to help you on this trick. So like, no matter how hard I pop or jump, the board's not going to stay with me. But if I give it that back pop like that, then you get, okay, that wasn't wonky, but you still see though. All right, there's not just my jacket, nothing huge, but you're gonna approach it with good speed. And I usually hop when I'm like right about here to clear something, and then you're just gonna go with confidence. All right, whatever. Thanks for watching. It's too cold for this.